Today we're going to be talking about how to use Spreaker. Spreaker is a podcasting app. Part of this video will show what you need to do on the computer and to be able to upload the assignment and share it. And the other part of this video will be to show you how to use the app on your phone. You will need a smartphone device in order to be able to use Spreaker. So to get started, search for Spreaker in your search engine. We are going to be using the free version of Spreaker. So what you're going to do is log in with your Google account. Once you've logged in with your Google account, then you're ready to get started. In order to get started, you first need to create a folder where your podcast is going to live. You can do that by pressing create a new podcast. You want to make sure you come up with a creative title for your podcast. If my podcast was about how to make your own meals on a budget, I could say dinner on a dime. Then I want to choose a category. Mine would be about food, and I could upload an image if I wanted to or leave that blank. If I want to put a description about my podcast, I can. I could say for people who need budget-friendly dinner ideas. And then I'll press create. Now that I have my folder created, I can work with the Spreaker app to put together my podcast and then upload it to this folder.
Since I have an iPhone, that is what I will be using today. You're going to want to go to your App Store or Google Play Store and search for the Spreaker app. There is the Spreaker podcast app, which is just pre-made podcasts, so make sure you click on Podcast Studio by Spreaker and download your app. Once you're there, you can get started with recording. If you click record, it says go live, where your podcast would be live broadcast, or you can click record to pre-record your podcast. There are a lot of fun sound effects to play with, but you have to make sure that you have the switch to off if you want to hear any of them. And then while you're using them in your podcast, you simply click on one and play it. You won't be able to hear it, but it will be heard in your recording later. Once you're done with your podcast, you can change it to stop and press share. From there, it'll ask you which podcast you would like to put this episode on. And so you'll select the episode for the podcast you want to put together and put a photo if you want to, and then make sure that you go ahead and save it. It will then come out of your drafts folder, and you should be able to go to your podcasts and see it within the folder that you've pre-created in your account online.
Once you have uploaded your podcast from your phone that you've recorded, all you need to do is refresh your page, and it will appear there. Once it appears there, you can click View or Edit and grab the link that you need to copy and submit to Canvas.